Thanks for joining us today to learn a little bit about Peruvian shamanism. This is Kelly Nealon of Lasting Light Wellness. If you're not familiar with us, we do a lot of different types of training: Reiki, shamanism, aromatherapy, tons of different ways to learn how to feel better. We also perform healing sessions in all of these different types of modalities as well, including hypnosis and past life regressions as well. Stay to the end of this presentation because there'll be a bonus for our training program. A little bit about myself. I studied in Peru. My main teachers are here on the screen, Don Mariano and Don Claudio, and I also studied with Don Teo. And I had just a miraculous experience learning to be a shaman. I always say, a funny thing happened to me on the way of the forum. So 30 years ago, I was a stockbroker. And then I had a calling, and my entire life changed when I was looking how to heal myself, and modern ways just kind of failed me. And I got into, at that time, I guess would have been described as new age things. And my life has never been better since. So I left my corner office job, and I've been doing this for the last 20 years. So I guess you could say the rest is history. So I want to teach you a little bit about shamanism. Shamanism isn't a religion. It's an ancient form of spirituality and healing. There's been evidence that goes way back, back to Paleolithic ruins that are 100,000 years old, caves in France that are 37,000 years old. And the word itself for shaman comes from the Tungus tribe in Siberia, and it basically means a spiritual healer, or one who sees in the dark and can interact with the spirits. So we can address the energetic side of healing and illness, as well as the physical. And one of the quotes I really like from Michael Harner says that a shaman's work is very practical. It's not new age, it's not mysterious. These are long time tested systems of using the mind known to humanity. Psychotherapy is new, modern medicine is new age. This is actually Stone Age. People use this for such a long period of time, and they would have stopped using it if it didn't work. So what does a shaman do? Because a lot of people ask me, like, what are you? I'm a shaman. They're like, what the heck is that? So shamans perform secret ceremonies. They also, I just said secret, ha ha ha, slip of the tongue. They perform sacred ceremonies, sometimes secret to others. And we also perform shamanic journeying, which we go into the spirit world and we interact with spirits and we can bring back things. So we help people interact with lost aspects of themselves. We can help them transition to a new phase of life, get them past one energy into another, or remove troubling spots of energy in their energy body. So sometimes I work with people with very physical problems, and sometimes I work with them in other areas, such as abundance or just unblocking their chakras. I also am a community-based shaman, so I work on things to help the harmony of the community as well. And right now, with all of this up-leveling of energy, we need more shamans now, so I'm recruiting. So with shamanism, we believe that everything is alive and has spirit. And when I've been in different shamanic states, I've actually been able to see the energetic cords that connect all of us. So I always say this idea of separation is really an illusion. We believe that everything that we do has to do with keeping harmony, both within a person, within the community, and within the natural forces. So I help clients do and work on a variety of different issues. Some of these are below. So I work on everything from phobias to traumatic and emotional blocks and removals, helping people get more creative, helping them move to a new phase of life, such as stuck in jobs or careers, or to find love and happiness. Some of the different shamanic practices that we do are, one is journeying. So you may have heard about a shamanic journey before, and this is simply entering a trance state and having a spiritual experience. And this is one of the things that I teach people how to do. And I teach people how to create harmony with the natural spirit energies that are out there, how to perform divinations or readings on people. And you get to learn how to use a lot of fun sacred tools. So everything from drums to rattles to sacred rocks. And we create rites of passage and ceremony and rituals for people, something that's been greatly lost in modern society. And we also perform different techniques of healing and empowerment. So the shamanic view of illness is a little bit different than the Western medicine view of illness. We look at it from three different places having taken place. One, a loss of power. Two, a loss of essence or soul splintering. And three, negative energy or a spiritual blockage that's causing problems. So a loss of power can be different for each person. It could have led to a major kind of depression, a chronic illness, a series of misfortunes. Different things may cause somebody to lose power. And where one thing happens to one person and it may not happen for them, another person losing a job, their entire identity could be in that. It could be completely devastating. So for those people, I perform a shamanic journey and a ceremony to help them restore that lost power. Now, another thing that causes different types of illness is a loss of essence or soul splintering. And this can happen during a very emotional or physically traumatic event, such as an accident, abuse, surgery, some type of major disaster, or even a life event like a divorce or a death can cause this to happen. And when this happens, they're disassociating from portions of themselves, not in a psychological standpoint, but in an energetic standpoint. So for this, I would do a soul retrieval or an integration ceremony. I actually don't love the name soul retrieval because it makes it sound like I was going to Target, oops, lost a piece of my soul. And that's not what this is. So this is simply that one of the pieces is not fully integrated and no longer speaking to the other pieces of your soul. So we certainly just bring it back to reintegrate it, but it's not lost. It's just disconnected. And the third one is a negative energy or a spiritual blockage. And this can lead to a loss of power as well. A lot of times I'll find this kind of shoved in a specific body part, and I'll do a removal ceremony for that. And some of the reasons that I personally love shamanism is that I was always searching. I wanted to know what those other people knew who had been doing different New Age activities for 30 years. I wanted to know what all their secrets were when I was much younger in my practices. And I wanted to help people transform at a much higher level than I was able to with some other techniques. I also appreciated that shamanism teaches you direct revelation and how to make it your own. It's not like some other types of practices where there's only one way to do it. There's no creativity. There's no bringing yourself into it. It's just a technique and you can't do anything with it. And shamanism actually encourages you to use all of your skills and pull all that information in and make it your own. So I'm just going to teach you 3 words from the Andean cosmology. And the shamans that I study with speak Quechua because they went and hid when the Spanish conquistadors came in 500 years ago. So they speak the ancient Aztec language. They do not speak Spanish. So the upper world is called the Hunan Pacha, and this is the upper world with the angels and the higher spirits and the higher power. And even though there's 3 different levels, these aren't the same as Christianity would define different levels. So the middle level is the Kai Pacha, and this is our current home where we are right now in the world and the spirits that are there. We're here in the earth right now in the Kai Pacha. And then the lower world is the Uka Pacha. And this exists below the Kai Pacha. And this is the place where we do much of our work as shamans. So like I said, unlike other cultural references, down there is actually a really great place. That's where I go and I do my soul retrievals and I go to my shaman tree and I meet my power animals. So it's a very positive place for shamans to go and work. And in shamanism, we have 7 different sources of power. It's the sun, which is represented by fire, the earth, the wind or the air, the water, the animals, the plants, and my favorite, kuyas, the sacred crystals and stones. So we have a lot of fun working with all of these different elements. I always have to break in my neighborhood when I have new neighbors because I'm out there in my backyard doing fire ceremony with my drumming away, and I have little children looking over the fence like, what is going on here? So quick introduction. I'd like to introduce you to just a little bit of an energy exercise because all of us can use things to help patch up and repair our energy field that kind of gets dinged from here and there. So in the Andean cosmology, we talk about our representation of the energy body is that we have a luminous light body that surrounds us. And for those of you familiar with chakras, what we call the Viracocha would be represented around the level of an 8th chakra, so above your head. And this literally means the source of the sacred. So in our Viracocha, it just contains, a template for our state and our physical state. And it's a way of creating personal sacred space around us. So you can open up your Viracocha to do your own work. You can open your Viracocha and place your Viracocha over someone else and bring them into your energy field. It's also really nice to use in meditation. You can use it before bedtime to protect your dreams, your dreams that come in. And it's just a really nice way to do healing and work. So I'm going to teach you a little bit about the Viracocha and some work you can do within your own energy body. So for this exercise, I'd like you to imagine that there's a small, bright sun about a foot above your head. So pull in that energy of the sun. And then bring your hands, palms together, what most people call prayer pose. Bring the thumbs into your sternum and just have your hands at your heart level. And then I'd like you to go ahead, and that should say raise. Raise your hands above your head into prayer pose. Separate your palms, turn your palms outward so they face down towards the floor. As you sweep your hands, making the length of your body, just sweep them down to the floor like a giant circle that you're opening up. And then take one of your hands, doesn't matter which one, and place it right near your belly button, what we call the Cusco or the navel energy. And make a big counterclockwise circle with the intention of opening up your energy body at your navel. And then visualize yourself in a giant golden egg, or some people like to visualize it as a robe, or a giant golden robe protecting you. I usually do this with my eyes closed, but it's up to you if you want to open or close your eyes. So with your Viracocha, which we just opened, you want to take a little bit of time to explore your luminous light body. And you want to sense if there's any places that feel kind of threadbare or weak, or there's a hole in your energy body. So you're just going to use your intention to feel with your palms. So I just take my palms out in front of me, hold my arms. You don't have to hold them straight, but maybe about a foot or two away from your body, hold your arms out. And I close my eyes and I very slowly make motions so that eventually I'll go in a full 360 degrees, starting up at my head and down to my feet, and then do one section and go around and around and around. So go ahead and start with your hands above your head and just close your eyes and sweep your hands back and forth and just sort of sense, and just do it slow until you keep going down through your body and you reach down towards your feet. Just once again, hands, palms facing out. And you're just feeling for any differences in the energy body. And when you get to a place that feels weak or has a hole in it, Just keep sliding your hands. You can even make like a cross-like motion on it, sort of like you're patching up a screen. You're filling in the hole, sending that intention to that. And then when you've done a whole strip from your head down to your feet, rotate yourself around and start once again at your head and move down to your feet. So continue to work on this for the next few minutes, and you can just send positive intent or healing energy, whatever powers you have. Just send that energy intent that your luminous light body field become as powerful as possible. So continue to just move around in the circle and just sense where in your energy body needs some assistance, where it needs some help. So this may take several minutes to do, so feel free to pause this recording and finish that portion of working on your luminous light body. When you've finished working on it, then what you want to do is close your Virikocha. So you bring your hands down to the floor like you're gathering up a cloak, and you pull the edges up from the floor and bring your hands back up and over your head. And as you're raising your arms, you can think about it, each of the 7 main chakras, just sending a little energy to each of the chakras as you bring your hands together. The hands draw closed above your head in prayer pose, and then you draw your hands back down to your heart. And this is a very simple cleansing ritual, which will help empower your energy body, keep things off of you, keep things from getting in, realign and empower your chakras. And this is just one of the very many practices within Andean shamanism that we go into depth with, and I'll also teach you how to use it for healing other people as well. So I always like to ask people, like, why did you decide to study shamanism? So shamanism is just such a deeply transformational and majestic practice. It has brought me so much connection. I can't even put it into words. So maybe you're on a path, you've done other healing methodologies, but you really need to up level things and you really need advanced guidance. So your instincts have brought you here because you know that you should be learning something about shamanism. And shamanism also helps bring us back home to what we call Pachamama, the Mother Earth energy, and helps ground us in that energy. And we all have choices. And I always say, when you can clean up all of your energy body, you wake up feeling so much better in this place of peace and joy. You know, it's simple steps, but they can lead to really big changes. And as you do this work, you can learn how to truly release your traumas, both from this lifetime as well as other lifetime. Or if there's been family issues or blocks that you've had that have kept you from energy and success. So many people take my training program. Some of them went to be a professional shaman, but a lot of people just want to fix themselves and have this beautiful gift that they can give to those around them. So if you're thinking about looking into shamanic training, if you're tired of having to rely on other people to receive your intuitive information, if you're paying for readings or sessions with people and you want to be able to get this information for yourself, to just have a direct connection with spirit, you're really ready to act in your life at this point. Enough of sitting on the sidelines You're looking for that transformation. You want that personal connection to your own power. And you're ready to work the 4 directions and release your own baggage. And what I mean by this is in our Shamanism 101 training, we go over all of the 4 directions. And in each of those directions, in order to create a powerful healing bundle, what you have to do is release your own baggage and transform an item from a negative into a positive, and it becomes a part of your very powerful healing bundle, which we call a mesa. So if you're ready to see that transformation in your life, and you'd like to learn how to journey and how to use shamanic tools that are really going to be tools that you're going to have for an entire lifetime, as well as things that are going to be able to help you on a daily basis, then this may be something you want to look at. It helps people shed your wounds from the past. You learn how to wield sacred objects. A lot of people always come to me and want to know more about their power animals, so we connect you with them. You learn how to work with the different elements and the spirits of the animals and the plants and the crystals and your power objects. And you learn to move beyond fear and limitations. You really learn how to create sacred space around yourself and how to create a sacred circle in which you can perform your shamanic work. And you're really interested in learning healing shamanic ceremonies that are going to transform you forever, as well as anyone that you choose to work on. And in this training program, you're going to receive really powerful ancient rites that are going to help transform you into a seeing shaman. You're going to learn ceremonies for yourself as well as the community. You're going to learn how to have a strong and direct path to your own personal healing, to be fully present for your family, release all of your past traumas, and really be able to take your healing abilities to the next level and be able to create your own powerful medicine bundle called a mesa. So the Shamanism 101 class is going to be a live online Zoom class. The first series is a series of 4 classes. It starts this June 26th. You just need to put down a $350 deposit to reserve your spot, and then you can do monthly payments or full payments depending upon what works for you. So I have a very special offer today, and that people that sign up by tomorrow receive a free virtual healing session with me, the shaman. So I'm very excited about that. The 4 full day classes are $14.99. And it's a great bargain because you don't even have to leave your living room, as well as travel to Peru and get Montezuma's revenge like I did, and fun things like that. So what I'd like to invite you to do is go to our website, www.lastinglightwellness.com, under classes, and sign up. There's 2 links there, one to just do the $350 deposit, the other one to pay for the class in full. But don't miss out, because many people love to have a session with me. So if you're sitting on the fence, I always say, what are you waiting for? More time to pass? Do you want another year to go by being in the same spot, looking at it next year, being like, wish I had done something, or just hoping something magically is going to switch on their own? This is all about transformation. So why would you want to put that off? What do you have to lose? You're looking at becoming a more powerful person, a more powerful healer, a more clear-headed person. So don't worry about. Get into it now so you can just take off from here, and next year is going to be incredible. So don't forget, if you want to learn all the secrets, if you want next year to be different than this year, if you really want to unlock that shaman within, come and join us. And as you know, we teach other classes as well. So if you're interested in that, check out our website. We have Reiki 1 classes. We also have advanced Reiki training of Karuna and Holy Fire coming up this summer. And if you've never experienced our healing before, we have a new client special for $85 to come in. Just give us a call to sign up. We also have fun things on our online as well as in our physical location store. You can see the link on our website, www.lastinglightwellness.com. We can ship it or you can pick it up in our Columbia, Maryland store. Our number is there as well. Don't forget about the bonus that ends tomorrow. You don't want to miss a session with me. It's a lot of fun and life-changing. So go to lastinglightwellness.com. We also have some other free tools on there. If you look under our classes or other links for the Empathic Survival Toolkit, you can get some free meditations and shamanic journeys that you can join and listen with us. Here's how we can be reached on all the social media platforms, and I appreciate you listening, and I hope to see you in class.